Hello my lovely peoples. The Ferrari Roma is more than just a car, it is a carefully sculpted vision of what elegance, performance, and timeless Italian design mean when expressed through modern engineering. When Ferrari introduced the Roma, it was immediately clear that this wasn't simply another sports car designed to join their legendary stable of machines. Instead, it was a celebration of lifestyle, a vehicle that embodied the romantic charm of Rome during the 1950s and 1960s, an era often remembered as one of Italy's golden ages. The very name Roma evokes imagery of cobblestone streets, fine art, grand architecture, and a culture that seamlessly blended passion with sophistication. Ferrari wanted to capture that essence and pour it into metal, leather, and performance, and what they created was something that both looks forward to the future and pays homage to the past. At first glance, the Roma strikes you not with the raw aggression that defines some of Ferrari's most extreme models, but with a kind of refined restraint. Its smooth lines, flowing curves, and minimalist design language are deliberately different from the sharp, angular, and almost intimidating presence of cars like the 488 or the SF90. Where those machines shout for attention, the Roma whispers, and yet its whisper is one that captivates all who hear it. Its long, sculpted hood, short overhangs, and elegant proportions harken back to the era of Grand Tourers, cars designed not just for the racetrack but for long, luxurious drives down the Italian coastline. It is this balance of sportiness and grace that defines the Roma and makes it so distinct within Ferrari's lineup. The design itself is worth pausing to admire. Ferrari collaborated closely with the Centro-style Ferrari, their design center, to ensure that the Roma would be instantly recognizable yet distinct from the company's more track-focused models. The front fascia, with its wide, shark-like grille, appears almost as if it were carved from a single block of metal. The grille is not adorned with excessive chrome or detail, instead, its simplicity gives it character, and the flush integration of active aerodynamics ensures that form and function are never at odds. The headlights, slim and angular, give the Roma a modern edge, yet their subtle design allows them to blend seamlessly into the overall aesthetic. From the side, the silhouette is one of fluidity, with a roofline that flows into the rear deck in a manner that recalls some of Ferrari's most beautiful creations from decades past. At the rear, the Roma introduces a more minimalist interpretation of Ferrari's traditional design language. The quad taillights are slim, jewel-like units that float within the sculpted bodywork, while the diffuser and integrated exhausts communicate performance without overwhelming the elegance. Underneath this elegant exterior lies the beating heart of the Roma, a 3.9-liter twin-turbocharged V8 engine, part of Ferrari's award-winning family of version 8S. This engine produces a staggering 612 horsepower and 760 Nm of torque, numbers that firmly establish the Roma as a true Ferrari when it comes to performance. But what's remarkable about this powerplant is not just the sheer figures but the way it delivers its performance. Ferrari engineers worked tirelessly to ensure that turbo lag is virtually non-existent, giving the driver a linear and responsive throttle feel that mimics the naturally aspirated engines Ferrari became famous for. The sound, too, is carefully tuned. Even with modern emissions restrictions and turbocharging, the Roma sings with a distinct Ferrari voice, one that is rich, emotional, and capable of stirring the soul of anyone lucky enough to hear it at full throttle. That engine is paired with an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission, a unit derived from the one used in the SF90 Stradale but tuned specifically for the Roma's character. Gear changes are lightning fast when the driver demands them, but smooth and unobtrusive when cruising, embodying the dual personality that Ferrari wanted this car to have. It's a machine that can deliver blistering acceleration, capable of going from 0 to 100 km/h in just 3.4 seconds, yet it can also glide effortlessly through city streets, offering comfort and refinement in a way that makes it a true grand tourer. The top speed, over 320 km/h, is a reminder that elegance in the Ferrari world never comes at the expense of performance. Driving dynamics have always been Ferrari's forte, and the Roma is no exception. Built on a new modular platform, the Roma benefits from a lightweight structure that maximizes rigidity while minimizing mass. This allows Ferrari's engineers to fine-tune the suspension for both comfort and handling precision. The Roma features adaptive magnetorheological dampers that adjust in real time to changing road conditions and driver inputs, offering the perfect blend of ride quality and sharpness. The steering is characteristically Ferrari, direct, precise, and full of feedback, giving the driver a sense of connection that is increasingly rare in modern cars. Ferrari also equipped the Roma with their latest suite of electronic aids, including the side slip control system, which allows for a level of playful adjustability when driving spiritedly while still ensuring safety. Step inside the Roma, and the philosophy of elegance continues. The interior is a masterpiece of modern luxury, blending traditional craftsmanship with cutting-edge technology. Ferrari refers to the layout as a dual cockpit design, where both the driver and passenger are cocooned in their own spaces. This not only creates a sense of intimacy but also reinforces the idea that the Roma is a car meant to be shared, a nod to the grand touring ethos of traveling with a companion. The materials are exquisite, from the finest leather to Alcantara, brushed aluminum, and carbon fiber, all meticulously crafted with Italian flair. The seats are supportive yet comfortable, designed for long journeys without sacrificing the lateral support needed for spirited driving. Technology is seamlessly integrated into the cabin. A fully digital instrument cluster provides the driver with all necessary information, customizable to suit different driving modes and preferences. The center console houses an 8.4-inch vertical touchscreen, handling infotainment, climate control, and connectivity features. Unlike some modern cars that overwhelm with technology, the Roma strikes a balance, offering all the conveniences one expects without detracting from the purity of the driving experience. Even the passenger is given their own optional display, allowing them to share in the thrill by monitoring performance data, navigation, or entertainment options. What makes the Roma truly special is its positioning within Ferrari's history and philosophy. This isn't a track-focused weapon like the 488 Pista, nor is it a hybrid hypercar like the SF90. It isn't even a replacement for an existing model, instead, it is a new chapter, a new interpretation of what a Ferrari can be. It is designed to attract not only Ferrari loyalists but also new customers, individuals who may have admired the brand from afar but never felt that the raw, aggressive nature of some of its cars matched their lifestyle. The Roma offers a gateway into the Ferrari world, one that emphasizes beauty, usability, and sophistication while still delivering the unfiltered performance that defines the brand. The marketing of the Roma even emphasized lifestyle more than raw speed. Ferrari positioned it as La Nuova Dolce Vita, or the New Sweet Life, referencing the carefree elegance of Italy in the 1960s. This wasn't just about owning a fast car, it was about owning a piece of culture, an expression of style, and a celebration of living well. That cultural dimension elevates the Roma beyond being just another supercar. It becomes aspirational not just for its numbers and capabilities but for the lifestyle it represents. Of course, none of this would matter if the Roma didn't deliver behind the wheel, and by all accounts, it does. Reviews from journalists and owners alike praise the Roma for its balance, usability, and sheer joy of driving. It is a car that feels equally at home cruising along a coastal highway as it does attacking a winding mountain road. The ride quality, often a compromise in high-performance cars, is remarkably refined, making the Roma one of the most versatile Ferraris ever built. Yet when the driver chooses to unleash its full potential, it transforms, delivering the kind of performance that leaves no doubt about its heritage. The Roma also carries a sense of timelessness. While many modern cars are designed with aggressive styling that quickly dates itself, the Roma's design philosophy ensures it will look beautiful for decades to come. It avoids unnecessary vents, scoops, and wings, relying instead on purity of form, something that recalls the classic Ferraris of the 1960s like the 250 GT Lusso or the 275 GTB. Just as those cars remain icons today, the Roma is poised to be remembered as one of the most beautiful Ferraris of the modern era. Its role in the broader automotive landscape is also fascinating. In an era where electrification is becoming increasingly dominant, where SUVs dominate sales charts, and where many manufacturers are moving away from traditional sports cars, Ferrari chose to build something as pure and elegant as the Roma. It is almost a defiant statement, a reminder that while the automotive world changes, there will always be a place for cars that stir the heart and soul. The Roma shows that even in a future of hybrids and EVs, there is still room for beauty, passion, and the simple joy of a finely tuned combustion engine. For Ferrari, the Roma is also a strategic move. It broadens the brand's appeal, targeting markets where customers desire not just performance but everyday usability and understated elegance. It allows Ferrari to compete not only with rivals like Aston Martin and Bentley but also with brands like Porsche, offering an alternative to cars like the 911 Turbo or the Aston Martin Vantage. Yet, being a Ferrari, the Roma carries with it a cachet that few brands can match. It is not just another Grand Tourer, it is a Ferrari Grand Tourer, and that badge brings with it decades of racing heritage, engineering excellence, and cultural significance. Even small details of the Roma showcase Ferrari's obsessive attention to perfection. The aerodynamics, for example, are carefully hidden within the elegant design. Instead of large spoilers or wings, the Roma uses an active rear spoiler that deploys when needed, maintaining the purity of the lines when not in use. The underbody is sculpted to manage airflow efficiently, ensuring stability at high speeds without compromising aesthetics. The result is a car that slips through the air with both beauty and efficiency, a true marriage of art and science. Living with a Roma is also a unique experience. Unlike some Ferraris that demand constant attention and are best enjoyed in short bursts, the Roma is designed to be driven regularly. Its comfort, usability, and relatively practical nature make it a Ferrari that owners can use daily if they choose. The luggage space, while not cavernous, is enough for weekend getaways, and the cabin offers all the conveniences expected in a modern luxury car. This makes the Roma more approachable, broadening its appeal and making it one of the most versatile models Ferrari has ever produced. But make no mistake, beneath that approachable exterior lies a thoroughbred. The Roma is capable of delivering the adrenaline rush that Ferrari drivers crave, its acceleration pinning occupants to their seats, its handling carving corners with precision, and its soundtrack reminding everyone that this is no ordinary car. It is this duality, this ability to be both civilized and ferocious, that makes the Roma so compelling. In the broader context of Ferrari's legacy, the Roma feels like a modern reinterpretation of the brand's ethos. Enzo Ferrari himself believed that cars should be beautiful objects that stir emotions, machines that embody both performance and passion. The Roma takes that philosophy and translates it for the 21st century, combining cutting-edge technology with timeless design. It is a car that can be admired both as a piece of engineering and as a work of art. And perhaps that is the ultimate essence of the Ferrari Roma. It is not just a car to be driven, it is a car to be experienced, to be lived with, to be admired. It is a rolling sculpture that speaks to the soul, a machine that celebrates not just speed but life itself. In naming it after Rome, Ferrari tied it to a city that has stood for centuries as a symbol of beauty, culture, and endurance. Just as Rome has remained timeless, so too will the Roma, a car that captures the spirit of La Dolce Vita in every curve, every note of its exhaust, and every moment behind the wheel. Great car fire. Let's continue with part 2 of the Ferrari Roma 10,000-word speech, carrying on seamlessly from where we left off. The Ferrari Roma is a car that tells a story not only through its design and performance but also through the way it positions itself in the heart of Ferrari's brand philosophy. Ferrari has always been about more than just building cars, it has been about creating dreams, about inspiring passion in people across the world. The Roma is perhaps one of the purest modern expressions of this philosophy, because it doesn't try to compete with the flashiest or the most extreme vehicles in Ferrari's portfolio. Instead, it carves its own identity, standing as a symbol of grace, sophistication, and timeless beauty. When one examines the Roma alongside other Ferraris, its uniqueness becomes even more striking. Take, for example, the Ferrari F8 Tributo, a car built as a direct celebration of Ferrari's mid-engine V8 heritage, carrying with it a design full of aggression and a focus on outright performance. The Roma, in contrast, is front-engined, its proportions longer, sleeker, and more reserved. The F8 might dominate on a racetrack, but the Roma shines on a scenic highway or when parked elegantly outside a grand hotel. This duality within Ferrari's own lineup shows just how versatile the brand has become. They no longer focus solely on pure track monsters but also on cars that appeal to those who value culture, beauty, and a more balanced lifestyle. In many ways, the Roma is a successor in spirit to the great Ferraris of the 1960s, cars like the 250 GT Lusso or the 365 GTB for Daytona. Those were cars that could comfortably take their owners across Europe, from Rome to Monaco to Paris, all while offering performance levels that few could rival at the time. The Roma inherits that DNA but reinterprets it for the 21st century. It is lighter, faster, more advanced, but it retains that same sense of being a grand tourer, a car that celebrates the journey as much as the destination. Driving the Roma is described by many as a transformative experience. Slide into the leather seat, press the red start button on the steering wheel, and the V8 comes to life with a growl that immediately sends a shiver down your spine. There is a sense of occasion in every detail, from the way the revs rise instantly when you blip the throttle to the precision of the gear selector paddles behind the wheel. Ferrari has engineered every touchpoint to feel special, to remind the driver that this is not just transportation, it is a work of art. Acceleration in the Roma is relentless but also beautifully controlled. The 8-speed dual-clutch gearbox works in harmony with the engine to deliver seamless bursts of speed. In automatic mode, it glides through the gears effortlessly, barely noticeable. Switch to manual, however, and the car transforms, responding to every paddle pull with immediacy, every gear shift punctuated by a satisfying crack from the exhaust. The balance between refinement and raw excitement is what makes the Roma so versatile. It can be the perfect companion for a relaxed drive along the Amalfi Coast, or it can be unleashed on a mountain road, where its agility and power come alive in breathtaking fashion. The suspension system in the Roma is also an engineering marvel. Ferrari's adaptive magnetorheological dampers read the road surface and adjust in real time, offering the perfect compromise between comfort and sportiness. On a smooth stretch of highway, the car glides effortlessly, soaking up imperfections with grace. Yet, when the road becomes twisty, the Roma tightens, its body control sharpening, its chassis communicating every detail of the tarmac. The result is a car that feels both forgiving and razor-sharp, depending on what the driver asks of it. This adaptability ensures that the Roma never feels out of place, whether cruising in a city, blasting down an autobahn, or carving through alpine passes. Inside the cabin, Ferrari has redefined what a modern GT should feel like. The dual cockpit layout creates a sense of symmetry and balance, with both driver and passenger feeling like they are part of the experience. The driver's environment is high-tech yet elegant. The fully digital instrument cluster is crisp, configurable, and capable of displaying everything from navigation to performance metrics. The steering wheel integrates Ferrari's signature Manettino dial, allowing the driver to switch between different driving modes: comfort, sport, race, and more, each transforming the car's character. This integration of technology is done without overwhelming the senses. Everything feels purposeful, designed to enhance the driving experience rather than distract from it. The Roma is also significant in terms of Ferrari's ongoing evolution as a brand. For decades, Ferrari was perceived as producing cars that, while beautiful and exhilarating, were perhaps too extreme for everyday use. They were loud, stiff, and sometimes intimidating, requiring a level of commitment that not every driver was willing to give. The Roma, however, is accessible. It offers comfort and usability without compromising the essence of Ferrari. It is a car that someone could genuinely drive every day, yet when they want to experience the thrill of Ferrari performance, it delivers without hesitation. This balance broadens Ferrari's appeal to a new generation of clients, people who might not have considered the brand before but now see it as fitting into their lifestyle. The technology beneath the skin of the Roma further reinforces its modernity. The Side Slip Control 6.0 system, for instance, uses a suite of sensors and algorithms to predict and manage the car's behavior at the limit. This allows drivers to explore the Roma's capabilities with confidence, knowing that the car is subtly working with them to ensure control. It doesn't intrude harshly or cut power abruptly. Instead, it assists in a way that feels natural, allowing skilled drivers to fully exploit the car while offering a safety net for less experienced ones. This is Ferrari's way of democratizing performance, making world-class driving dynamics accessible to more people while still rewarding skill and precision. Then there is the question of design philosophy. The Roma's minimalist aesthetic is a bold move in an era where many cars compete for attention with exaggerated lines, oversized grilles, and aggressive styling cues. Ferrari, however, took the opposite approach. The Roma's beauty lies in its restraint, in its clean surfaces, in the way light dances across its curves. This design philosophy ensures that the Roma will age gracefully, remaining timeless in a way that few modern cars manage. It is a car that will look just as stunning 30 years from now as it does today, much like the 250 GT Lusso or the Daytona do now. Then XX for watching.